School football matchup between the Huntington Highlanders and the visiting George Washington Patriots. I'm Christian Palmer, welcomed alongside by Woody Woodrum. Woody, Huntington was off last week but has looked great so far this year. George Washington had a good win last Friday against Hurricane. Hopefully we see these two teams at the top of their games and we get a good contest tonight.
Yeah, you certainly got to expect that. I think, the longtime rivals, this will be game number 15 in the history between these two schools. And, Huntington is a perfect 7-0 at home against GW in the past. They've won those games by an average going back to 2003 of a 25 to 14 measure. They've made up ground in Charleston a little bit by winning 3 of the last 5, so it definitely has been all about the Highlanders in the recent games that have been played between these two teams. And I would have thought going out of last week's win 2 weeks ago for Huntington that, maybe GW would be walking in here 0-3, but the thing they did against Hurricane was amazing. I mean, they did a great job on defense, running to the balls, causing mistakes, popping loose balls and taking away quite a few receptions that they knocked away. So they played great. Everybody thought that was going to be a win that they could go ahead and put in the bank at Hurricane. But GW got the win, and it's got a lot of people kind of scratching their head. Which team is really GW? Was it the one that got blown out the first 2 losses, or is it the team that finally got the ship righted last week and played better against the Hurricane team that was expected to be right up there near the top with Huntington this season?
And, George Washington was a really good team last year as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of the latter, Woody, and just a tough start to the season and now maybe starting to hit their stride. A great win against Hurricane, as you mentioned, and last season George Washington finishing 9-3, only lost to 2 schools all year. They lost to Huntington and lost to Hurricane, 2 pretty good teams.
Yeah, the 2 teams that battled it out for the MSAC title in the last game of the year. They've got an excellent quarterback. Abe Fenwick is a big kid, 6'3", 205. He's already committed to William & Mary, going to go play for the green and gold of the Tribe, and he is not quite as sharp this year as he was last year when he threw for over nearly 2,200 yards, 25 touchdowns, and hit 64% of his passes. But most guys would easily take what he's done so far this year, which is 41 of 84. That's 49%. Just 4 picks for him on the year against, a couple of TDs. He'd probably like to see that TD average go up a bit in those games, but he's averaging 164 yards per game. He's also pretty good at running the ball, averaging about 4 yards a carry, and he's got 4 touchdowns there. So he is the little engine that made that team go last week. He is very good at standing in the pocket, and as his offensive linemen move those defensive guys and ride them around on the outside, he'll step up in the pocket with a run-pass option that he may throw. And his yardage last week was huge in beating Hurricane.
Oh, it certainly was. He is a dual-threat quarterback to its definition. And let's talk a little bit about the Patriots' defense. So the defense made big improvements this past Friday. So the first 2 games of this season, the Patriots allowed 45.5 points per game. But then playing a very tough Hurricane team and a high-powered offense, allowing just 14 points. What an improvement from the defense last week.
They did some different things last week. They moved Clyde May up to defensive end. He doesn't seem very big at 6'1", 210, but their best defensive lineman is M.J. Dixon, who's 6'2", 183. So they've got some size at the tackles, Aiden Johnson, Tajay Davis. They're both kids that go 280, 300 pounds, and they've got some speed and size in the secondary. Keegan Sack moved from a linebacker to a safety position. Hunter Giacomo is now up playing a linebacker position, so they get a little more speed there. The corners, Solomon Farrell and Bryson Sire, were very good against Hurricane last week. So what they did on defense, they moved some people around. That seemed to be what Coach Edwards thought was the key to them getting the win over Hurricane last week.
And one last note on George Washington before we start talking about the defending AAA state champion Huntington Highlanders. It's been a tough start to the year for the Patriots. Midland, Ashland, Hurricane, and then Huntington. A bit of a murderer's row for the first 4 games out of the gate.
Yeah, we talked about Spring Valley had a similar kind of, and they're 0-3. It's been very tough for them coming out of the gate, and it looked like GW was headed that way. But last week changed a lot of things for them, and they got some things they really liked. I'm sure they were able to look at that film and see some other things where they made mistakes. That could have been an even bigger win, as I said, and watched it last week. So I think, GW feels like they've got a little momentum under their feet right now. But as we said, they're coming into a place where not only is Huntington 7-0, but the Highlanders have won 15 consecutive games and 18 straight at home. This is not a place where you come and upset the Highlanders very often.
No, and Huntington really picking up right where it left off from last season, Woody. 2-0 on the year, a big win over Spring Valley to start the season, and then a huge blowout in South Charleston last week. Huntington has outscored its opponents 128-7 to start the year.
It's crazy. I mean, we called that game, it was like calling Coleco football or something. I mean, it just was scoring every single time they put their hands on the ball. They had not 1, not 2, but 3 kick returns. Kickoff return for a touchdown, 2 punt returns for a touchdown. That no one got more than 3 carries in the entire night. Both quarterbacks played 10 to 12 plays each. It just was not a game that was very much in doubt from the very get-go. But as we were talking about it with some folks that weren't at the South Charleston game last week, it was ugly early. It was 42-0 before we hardly looked up. And, in case you thought it was just a Huntington run up the score, 86-0 was the halftime score, and they called for 6-minute quarters and killed the clock. Didn't stop the clock, in the fourth quarter. But then they turn around on Monday, and that's the way they do it. Like, they'll go to play GW's JV on Monday up in Charleston because GW's varsity came here. Well, when the South Charleston team had to come here, the varsity beat them 42-7. So, 86-0 and 42-7 tells you that there's quite a pole of difference between where those two programs are right now, and it seems to be that way for much of the Kanawha Valley. AA Nitro is about the only team that is having the kind of season that most people felt would be a winning season for them coming into the season.
And one thing that you hit on just a moment ago, Woody, the stellar play by Huntington's quarterbacks to start the year, and Huntington having to replace Gavin Locko, a 4-year starter at quarterback, had a tremendous career with the Highlanders, but Avante Crawford and Jackson Hatfield also having 2 very good years up to this point. Crawford with 4 touchdown passes on the season. Hatfield is 5 of 6 on the season with 3 touchdown passes. Absolutely excellent numbers, and they've got all the weapons that they need around them. So you would have to believe if they are able to continue to facilitate the ball well, this team is going to be successful.
No doubt about it. And they've got a comer maybe in Dante Newsom, the son of the former Marshall player. He's playing some quarterback and getting a little bit of work there. But Crawford and Hatfield waited their turns beside Gavin Locko, who, by the way, is playing pretty well for Dayton. He's playing receiver now. He tried out at 2 or 3 positions and just told the coaches, put me where you need me the most. And so that's been helpful for them. And I think both guys have come out. They've run the ball well. They've passed the ball well. They 1 interception between 3 quarterbacks after 2 games is very well done. And except for the tight ends not catching any ball, they have really spread it around so far in this early part of the season.
And one other note on Huntington. Huntington with another early bye, had the same thing last season, a bye during week 3. Probably don't exactly love that as the players and the coach. You hadn't really got tired enough for the bye yet, but it worked out pretty well for them last year.
Yeah, it did. The linebacker position was not anywhere near of what Billy Seals had wanted in the first 2 games. They lost the heartbreaker to Spring Valley, and then had beaten South Charleston rather handily, and they got that fixed. This week, it was more of a let's work on us. And that's what they were doing when I came up last Thursday. They were busting it out here on the field, and they really were getting after it in the weight room. And, so I'm hoping they come out tonight, take care of business early on here, and get a little bit of rhythm about them, because the schedule from now on means no more breaks, and the next two are on the road, even though Capital and Riverside don't have great records right now. Anytime you go on the road, well, just ask Hurricane last week.
Oh, yeah.
Anything could happen.
That is very true. That is very true. Captains out onto the field. George Washington wearing its away white jerseys with maroon pants. Huntington going with a camo look tonight with its jerseys and black pants.
Yeah, you know, the National Guard has the program all around the state. There's National Guard games going on tonight. Places like Cameron at Magnolia, they've got their national game. You know, and it's a fun thing to do. The National Guard is a career that's waiting for a lot of kids can step into and get their college paid for after a while. So it's a great option for some of the kids. And the Army came in here and did a great job, provided these jerseys again for the kids. I just wish I could give them a little equipment manager experience, maybe put a little white outline around those black numbers on those camo jerseys.
Yeah, bear with us if we misidentify a player or two throughout the night. A little tougher to read these uniforms, but we will do our.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mart store. If there's not a Par-Mart store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Huntington Highway Safety Distracted Driving, Chase & Elkin State Farm, Tax Masters Pro Books, and Kid Sale.
Nothing.
Their kicker is number 44, who's getting ready to tee things up, Jordan Price. 8 for 8 on PATs, 1 for 1 on field goals this year. Basically, that was the winner last week against the Hurricane. Now, deep man is Zah Jackson. Up by the 30, that's where he fielded it last week against South Charleston, is the guy that looks exactly like him, except Zah has a black shoes and Wayne Harris has a white shoes tonight. Maybe we can tell them apart that way. But the 5 and the 6 are the dangerous guys to kick to.
Oh, yes. Two extreme playmakers for the Huntington Highlanders. Late man jogging out onto the field, joining the kickoff team for the Patriots. Price boots the ball down the field. Harris scoops it up at the 1-yard line. Running forward with a full head of steam. Runs to the middle of the field, picking up some blocking. Tries to spin out of a tackle, but is brought down just past the 30-yard line. He's down at the 32.
Looked like 44, the kicker, was in there on the tackle, Jordan Price.
We've seen Johnny I do that a few times this year. You know, kickers before in the past maybe not rushing down the field to make a tackle, but these two teams have players that will stick their nose in there and make the tackle. But holding on the return that will back the Highlanders up 10 yards.
Yeah, that's a tough way to get your first penalty, is on a nice return. Would have been even worse if he'd broke it for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had some space at the moment. A good return, but Huntington now back on its own 22-yard line. It's a shotgun formation for the Highlanders. Crawford sends a man in motion, and another penalty flag on the field.
Looked like GW might have jumped that time. Couldn't tell if anybody from Huntington drew them off.
And it's a false start on the offense, so 2 quick penalties on the Highlanders. It will be 1st and 15.
So procedure penalties, that's not one the coach will like any more than the hold, especially start 1st and, well, now they're walking it the other way, all sides.
Okay, so actually going to be on the George Washington Patriots. Make it 1st and 5.
I thought I saw a jersey jump on that side, but I wouldn't have, you know. The referees are certainly closer than we are, but 1st and 5, you got to like that one.
Trips receiver set to the near side of the field. Crawford looks that way, connects with McNeely on a short pass. McNeely looking to reverse field, brought down near the line of scrimmage, able to gain a yard.
Couple guys in there. Number 64 is in on the tackle. That is Aiden Johnson. He's a really good player. guy that they moved around on the defense along with a couple more. Sometimes they'll show you the 4-man front that they're in right now. Sometimes it's a 3-man front.
And also a switch on Huntington's offensive line. Will Elk is in at center, and Malachi Sellards is playing guard.
Right you are.
Shotgun snap, handoff goes to Jackson, who runs forward. Should have enough for the first down. Brought down at the 33-yard line. It's enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. 5-yard pickup for Zaw Jackson.
So first down after a penalty against them gets Huntington kind of back in their rhythm.
Crawford takes a shotgun snap. It's another handoff to Zaw Jackson. Bounces off of one of his own tacklers. Able to navigate forward for a short pickup.
69 in there, Landon Bird. He's one of those 280-pound tackles that GW will trot out there. He's been a good player for them throughout his career. He's just a junior.
3-yard pickup on the play makes it 2nd and 7. Under 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless here in Huntington. Highlanders offense getting set. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Crawford looking that way, has time to pass, lofts one down the field, just a little too much on that one. Was looking down the field for his tight end, Marshall Christus.
We haven't seen any of the tight ends catch a ball in the first 2 games, so trying to spring out there. Christus has pretty good speed, but good coverage in the secondary. Keegan Sack is back there, as we said, at 1 safety, and the other safety is Anthony Valentine, number 6, normally.
And one thing, Woody, that has really impressed me with George Washington, a lot of talent at their skill positions on offense, and a lot of those guys are in the secondary on defense.
Yep, absolutely. They've got great skill people.
3rd and 7. Crawford takes the snap. Looks down the field, lofts the ball for Christus, and once again, just a little too much on the pass.
Boy, he was open that time. The pass just a little bit overthrown. That side route certainly was there that time. He wasn't covered by anybody, but this will be the first punt for Tavion Wilson since game 1 when he punted one time for 57 yards and had it downed inside the 20.
Hopefully he can replicate that here. 4th and 7. Standing on his own 21-yard line. And back to return for George Washington is Anthony Valentine. The punt rolls out of bounds after taking a Highlander roll. A weird trajectory
big time
on that punt.
I thought that ball was headed out at about the 28-yard line. It rolled all the way to 15 when it bounced back in.
Man, what a roll.
48-yard punt, no return.
Was taking a glance over at the replay, trying to see if maybe that was slightly deflected. Didn't see that in real time.
I just think it came off the side of his foot. You can never tell with Tavion if it's going to go high, deep, or head over head like it did that time. He was pretty happy with that one, I bet.
So the George Washington offense will set up shop on their own 15-yard line. Senior southpaw quarterback Abe Fenwick back to pass, and he's intercepted. It's Wayne Harris. Jukes inside. He is pulled down by Keegan Sack, but he's inside the 10. Great defense by the Highlanders on their first play.
Wow, that one was too easy. I mean, Harris could see it coming all the way, a little out there, and it was a long throw from where he was at on this side, throw it that way, and he just stepped in front of it, took it all the way inside the 10.
So now 1st and goal for the Highlanders. The ball is on the 7-yard line.
Well, you don't want to help Huntington, that's for sure, and that's what this did. Sets them up at the 7-yard line for 1st and goal.
And it also just goes to show how important the battle of field position is. A great punt and then a quick turnover. Offense is set up.
Clock's down to 10 as they get up to the line. A little slow there.
Offense now finally getting set. Crawford takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking toward the end zone, trying to connect with Harris, but the pass deflected and falls incomplete.
Yeah, nice deflection away from Harris by number 2 in the secondary. That's the cornerback, Solomon Farrell. He had a nice play there.
Yeah, did a good job of getting up off his feet and deflecting the ball away from Harris. Harris is Huntington's big playmaker on offense. Broke the school record for single-season touchdown receptions last year, looking to do it again this year. 2nd and goal. Hand off to Zaw Jackson. He's looking to break it to the outside. Tries to juke a man. Instead, just runs him over. Brought down, though, at the 5-yard line.
He got a really nice block out there by Tim Malik McNeely. I thought he was going to have maybe a, coming back and not seeing him come, but he just stood there and let the player run into him. Mm-hmm. And although it only picked up 2 yards, it could have been a lot worse.
So now 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Still scoreless in this high school football matchup between George Washington and Huntington High. Crawford takes the shotgun snap, pitches it to the outside. It's Zaw Jackson running into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great blocking over there on the sweep that time. Number 65 leading the way. That's the center, Will Elk.
Tremendous block.
Kenny, can we kill the commercial?
A fun casual joint.
Away, somebody suddenly having to come out of the lineup for Huntington. It's number 4, Cam Veazey, seems to have something wrong with something that was taped on, and the official sent him out, so they'll run in number 24 real quickly, Kenny Smith, who plays on some of the special teams. II has kicked the ball pretty well. He hasn't had that many chances except for extra points this year.
Yeah. But he has such a great leg on him, ready to boot this ball down the field.
He's put 3 into the end zone already in 2 games.
Valentine and Sack back to return for the Patriots. And the ball bounces at the 5. Sack scoops it up, runs forward, has a bit of space, but quickly it collapses. Huntington making the defensive play just past the 20-yard line, bringing him down at the 22.
Camelo Sheffield and 16 Marcus Dean make the special teams tackle. The ball bounced away from him. It hit at the 5 and ran up the field toward the 9. He was able to get the kind of a good return he got to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, fortunate it didn't bounce too far away from him. So 1st and 10 for the George Washington Patriots. Ball on their own 22. Shotgun formation. Fenwick takes the snap. Looks to pass. Has a little bit of pressure.
Ball.
And he's hitting the balls loose. Huntington falls on it.
Number 20 knocked the ball loose that time, and that was Landon Miller.
2 defensive plays, 2 turnovers forced, an interception, and a forced fumble.
Wow, the tailback the quarterback was looking to step up, and a forced fumble made him give it away, and Huntington back in great shape again, this time at the GW 23-yard line.
And it's always easy to talk about the high-powered Highlander offense, but the defense has been so great the past couple years. The defense allowing 3.5 points per game coming into tonight. Crawford takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Wayne Harris, who ran inside, then bounced to the outside, inside the 10, finally bumped out inside the 5-yard line. The officials will mark him down at the 3-yard line. It's a 20-yard gain.
Wow, what a block he got out front by McNeely. Malik McNeely locked his cornerback up and pushed him clear into the end zone. He was forced out right at the goal line. Great run by Wayne Harris.
So first and goal for the Highlanders. 8 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Two receivers to the far side of the field. And now a man motion, then goes under center. Quarterback sneak into the end zone. I believe that was Markel Jones.
That would be big number 8. He certainly would be a good call to put it in the end zone. Yeah, you can't miss that hair. Once he pulled the helmet off over here on the sideline.
The 6'3 senior motioning and then quickly getting behind the center and taking the snap and just catching George Washington off guard there. I wasn't expecting that either. I don't believe we've seen that play call from the Highlanders in the past few years.
No.
Extra point is up, and it is good. With 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter, Huntington leads 14-0 over George Washington. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff, we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium, where Johnny I has just sent a short kickoff down the field, almost an in-betweener there between an onside and a pooch kick. Huntington almost able to recover the ball, but George Washington able to just dive on the turf and secure that. That would have been a big loss.
Oh, yeah. It was number 4, Gunnar Flores, who fell on the ball. It got away from the first group. Huntington nearly had a recovery on that onside. That's something they've been working on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, very nice designed kick by I. Really everything but the recovery on that play. 1st and 10 for the George Washington Patriots. Fenwick sends a man in motion. That's Keegan Sack who gets the handoff on the jet sweep, running to the far side of the field. Nice run by Sack, who gets near the first down marker. Might be just shy.
Looked like number 1, Khalif Tai, and number 20, Landon Miller, got the stop.
And he will be marked a yard short, 9-yard gain. Makes it 2nd and 1. Tough start for the Patriots offense. 2 turnovers on their first 2 plays, but now a first down as Huntington jumps off sides.
Huntington's just their second penalty.
That'll move the ball up 5 yards, just past the 46-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the George Washington Patriots. 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Huntington leads 14-0. Shotgun formation. Fenwick once again sends Sack in motion, but this time hands it off to Valentine, who runs to his left and cuts to his right. Gets past midfield before being brought down by the Highlander defense. 5-yard pickup.
Landon Miller and Cam Veazey make the tackle.
Valentine and Sack, two very good runners. They are hard-nosed but have some speed to them as well. Valentine had a tremendous run late in the game last week against Hurricane to get the ball down the field. A big first down, and really from that point on, the Patriots could kind of just run the clock out. 2nd and 5. Fenwick takes the snap, looks to pass, fires to the near side of the field, and connects with Keegan Sack. Sack is brought down by two Highlanders. Fighting along the way, gets inside the 40-yard line.
Khalif Ty, number 1, and number 20, Miller, with another stop. Miller's already had a boatload of stops.
Yeah, he is always all over the field making tackles. 12-yard pickup for the Patriots. Puts the ball at the 38-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Huntington leads by 2 touchdowns. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to the near side of the field, but it's a handoff to Valentine, who is quickly swallowed up and brought down. No gain on the play, brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like maybe number 99, Caillou Jackson, the big stopper in the middle, might have got a hold of him right there. I'll tell you what, 64, Aiden Johnson, center, he's going to have his hands full trying to block that youngster all night.
Yeah, Caillou Jackson, the 5'10", 290 senior, an excellent defensive player and a force up front. 2nd and 10, Fenwick takes the snap and looks to pass. Has some pressure on him, dances out of it, running to the far side of the field. Nice pickup, but will it stand? There's a flag on the field.
A flag back at about the 40-yard line. This is exactly what Fenwick did to Hurricane last week, though. He would break out of that pocket. They'd work him around. Now, that time they were holding, and I think it was the youngster who's still in the backfield right now, not having a very good time of it, is number 58, Tajay Davis, a junior.
And, you know, that can be tough for linemen sometimes. You're pass blocking, you know, sometimes working backward, and then your quarterback all of a sudden running past everyone.
Yes.
And then the defensive linemen want to shift gears, and then it's just your natural reaction to try and keep a hold of them.
Both teams have 2 penalties for minus 15 yards. Both teams have an offsides, and both teams have a hold.
Wow. Still early
It's
on the
still
season.
early.
2nd and 20 for the Patriots. Trips receiver set to the near side of the field. Fenwick sends a man in motion. Pressure on him again. Fires a short pass to the near side of the field, connecting with Bryson Sowards, who was brought down immediately. And he was brought down by Zaw Jackson. Zaw making plays on offense and defense.
Yeah, loss on that play actually cost him a yard on the completed pass.
So that backs it up to 3rd and 21. 5.5 minutes left in our opening quarter. Huntington leads 14-0. Third and long. Fenwick takes the snap.
Big
Looking
blitz.
down the field. His pass is going to come up short of his intended receiver.
Kill it, Kenny.
4th and 21 for the Patriots. Fenwick maybe not on the same page with his receiver there. It looked like Valentine was continuing to run down the field and thought maybe he was going to work back toward him.
4th and 21. Coming in to punt will be Jordan Price. He handles both the kicking and the punting.
Standing on his own 35-yard line. Wayne Harris back to return the kick, who had a kick and punt return for a touchdown. Huntington's last game. Low snap. Price able to scoop it up and kick it down the field.
I thought that maybe one of Huntington's players got a piece of it. He was mad he didn't block it. Cam Veazey might have got a piece, though, because it didn't go very long.
Yeah, bad snap. Sent Price scrambling just to be able to get the kickoff. Great job by him to be able to do that and not give the Highlanders as good field position. Huntington will start this drive on its own 31-yard line. No, excuse me, that's the 26.
5:14 to play, and although GW had some bright spots in that drive, it's still 14-0 Huntington.
Highlander offense is set. Crawford sending a man in motion to the near side of the field. Pitches the ball that way. And the tackle is made quickly by the George Washington defense. 1-yard pickup.
That's number 13. Got the ball that time. Mikey Johnson.
Mikey Johnson, first year playing football, a tremendous athlete. Had fun calling some of his games on the basketball team.
Yep.
Great player, 6'3" senior, and having some success on the gridiron.
Yeah, that time looked like 69. Another one of those big tackles inside made the stop for GW after only a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9 for the Highlanders. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Crawford with a quick 3-step drop and hits his intended receiver. That was Malik McNeely, over the middle. Brought down near the 35-yard line. Mark him down to the 34.
Anthony Valentine, the safety, on the stop.
So it's going to make it 3rd and short. Huntington will need 2 yards for the first down.
7-yard gain on that pass.
Huntington's offense getting set. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. A back behind Crawford. That's Zaw Jackson. He gets the handoff, quickly running forward. Able to get enough for the first down and a few more. Finally brought down just inside the 40-yard line. Officials will mark the ball down at the 39. 4-yard pickup for Zaw Jackson.
4 carries for 16 yards so far in the game. Huntington's had 2 short fields for their easy touchdowns.
Yeah, the defense really doing most of the work up to this point. 2 turnovers already in this game for Huntington High. Crawford back to pass on first down. Connects with Wayne Harris. Wayne Harris finds some space. Running to the far side of the field. Cuts inside. Finally brought down inside of the 25. Penalty flag on the field.
Could be a penalty against Tavion Chandler, number 14. He was blocking his man, but he continued to block as they went out of bounds, and that's usually going to get you a call. He did a nice job of locking him up on that play.
Wait to see where the officials.
So a big gain.
Yeah, about a 40-yard pickup before the penalty.
Down to about the 28-yard line, and they'll mark the penalty. Mark the penalty back from there. So he got to the 29, so make it 1st and 10 at the 39.
3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
So, yeah, that was 22 yards total on the catch and run, minus the penalty.
If you're just now tuning in, Huntington ahead 14-0, looking to add to its lead. Crawford hands the ball off. It's Zaw Jackson with some blockers in front of him. Gets a first down. Has some more, finally pushed out of bounds.
Safety Keegan Sack finally makes a stop, but not before Zaw has put another first down on the board for Huntington.
Yeah, Zaw running very well tonight. Has such a great burst out of the backfield. Finally brought down at the 20-yard line.
19-yard gain on that play.
So 1st and 10 now for the Highlanders. Under 3 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Trips receivers to the near side of the field. Crawford looking that direction. Finds Dean over the middle of the field, who makes a nice move. Darted in between a few Patriots. Picks up the first down at 1st and goal.
tackled by M.J. Dixon and number 14, Bryson Sowers. Marcus Dean with a nice catch and run there.
13-yard pickup.
All the way to the 7-yard line, 1st and goal.
The junior, Marcus Dean, has been impressive when he's gotten some looks on offense, has good speed on him, been a reliable receiver.
Yep, absolutely, doing a nice job.
1st and goal for Huntington High. Crawford sends a man in motion, hands the ball off. It's Zaw Jackson running to the far side of the field.
Had big Wyatt Hankins out in front of him. Got just within sight of the, knocked out of bounds after a 6-yard gain.
Knocked out at the 1-yard line.
That's 6 carries, 51 yards already for Zaw Jackson.
Zaw having a great game up to this point. Such a solid player for Huntington High. You know, didn't have the most tremendous stats coming into today's game because Huntington had been spacing out the ball.
Right. He just didn't get very many totes or balls thrown his way in the route 2 weeks ago at South Charleston.
2nd and goal, ball on the 1-yard line. Crawford, back to pass. Throws the ball for the end zone, deflected almost right into the hands of Wayne Harris.
Wow, number 2 with a great deflection there. That's Solomon Farrell, but nearly knocked it away from Malik McNeely and right to Harris. And by the way, over to the left side of the field, Zaw Jackson was doing jumping jacks. He was so open up in that corner of the end zone.
And another good defensive play made by Farrell. That's his 2nd pass breakup of the game. Game clock stopped with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the 1st quarter. 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line for the Huntington Highlanders. Crawford takes the snap, hands it off. It's Zaw Jackson running to his right, lunging for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Highlanders. That's Zaw's 2nd touchdown of the game.
This is still the 1st quarter, and it's already 20-0. Pending Johnny Ia's kick.
Huntington with quick starts in every game this season. Pending the extra point, Huntington has outscored its opponents 90-0 in the 1st quarter. Make that 91-0 as II tacks on the PAT. The Highlanders lead 21-0 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 1st quarter. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Get much for $5 these days, unless. Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
At Food Fair, fresh produce means we use local farmers and agriculture to provide the best for your family, from the farm into your hands. Convenience means providing cut and ready fruits and vegetables that give your family freshness without the prep time. By downloading the Food Fair app, you can shop fresh, collect cart cash rewards, and even have freshness delivered right to your door. Download the Food Fair app today and start shopping. Food Fair, conveniently fresh.
Markel was 2.
Marshall Thundering Herd football on Saturdays. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
2 minutes left in the 1st quarter here at Bob Sang Stadium. Huntington High leads by 3 touchdowns over George Washington. Johnny II boot down the field, caught by Anthony Valentine at the 6. He is brought down quickly, just made it past the 15-yard line before the Highlanders special team made a great tackle.
Yeah, the Wiz coming in there and wizarding some pain on the kick returner Valentine.
Ball marked down at the 18-yard line, so a 12-yard return for Valentine. Really, Woody, George Washington could use something positive on this drive. Just something to feel good about. Really not much going their way so far. A couple of quick turnovers and Huntington capitalizing.
And their field position hasn't been great on any of these starts. They got the ball up to midfield last time before they turned it over on downs.
1st and 10. The senior southpaw quarterback, Abe Fenwick, back to pass, looking to the far side of the field, unable to connect with his intended receiver, Gunnar Flores.
Hey, you had in coverage over there was Dwayne Harris, number 6, and looked like the safety might have been over there as well, 13, Mikey Johnson, and nobody can out-jump Mikey Johnson.
Oh, no. So 2nd and 10 now after the incomplete pass. Patriots offense putting up 17 points last week in their win against Hurricane. Fenwick takes a snap, hands it off to Keegan Sack, running to the far side of the field, picking up some blockers. Nice run by Sack, gets close to the line to gain. And I think he might have just enough.
22, Walt Williams was in there along with Cam Veazey, but it is just enough for first down, plus 10 on the rush.
Sack doing a good job on those jet sweeps, a lot of speed to the outside, and then just hits the hole hard. Just over a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Huntington ahead 21-0. Patriot offense looking toward their sideline for the play call.
Coach Scott Tinsley calling the offense over there for the Patriots.
And it's going to be another run to Sack. And another good run, bursting forward for the first down and more. Finally brought down right after he crossed the 45-yard line.
Yeah, number 13, Mikey Johnson made the tackle again, but all the way to the 46-yard line. So a gain of 18 on that pickup.
Gets the Patriots another fresh set of downs, and maybe sensing a little, Woody, that they're realizing, okay, the running game's working a little bit. Maybe we should stick to that for a moment. 1st and 10, and it's another run. This time, Valentine running hard up the middle, slung down to the turf, but able to cross the 50.
VZ and Williams again team up on a tackle there, the two linebackers.
It's a 5-yard pickup. As we've got less than a minute to go in the first quarter, 36 seconds left on the game clock. The Patriots will look to run one more play. Fenwick rallying the troops, getting the offense set. Two running backs in the game, Valentine and Sack. And it's a pitch to the outside. Keegan Sack with the ball. And he's got all kinds of open space up the middle. All of the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. 49-yard touchdown for Keegan Sack.
Great job of blocking up the middle. The hole just opened up, and the safeties were playing out wide. There was nobody left to pick him up there. The nickelback, Marcus Dean, tried to give him chase, but Keegan Sack's a fast runner. He's a receiver and a running back both for them.
Ground and pound drive gets the Patriots on the board with 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Jordan Price on to attempt the PAT. He's George Washington's kicker and punter. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. We'll keep it here on the in-between. Already a good bit of breaks here in the first quarter, so give us time.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Seconds. Now will GW try something on the kickoff like Huntington did with the slight onsides.
And George Washington had success with that last week. An onside kick they recovered against Hurricane. Price getting ready to kick the ball. We'll see if it's a boot down the field or a short onside. His kick is long and high down the field and in the end zone for a touchback.
That was very close to not going into the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackson ran back there and looked at it. He was sure it went in, and the referee called it immediately. But if it had just rocked about a half yard less, they might have had a pickup at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, might have been in a little bit of trouble. Nevertheless, Huntington High will start this offensive possession on its own 20-yard line.
That's about as far as they've had to go in this game since the early kickoff.
Still 7 seconds left in the quarter. Likely the last play of quarter number 1. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side of the field, 1 to the far. Crawford backs to pass, connects quickly with Zaw Jackson, who is brought down in the backfield for a short loss. And that will be the final play of the quarter. After 1, Huntington leads 21-7. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar rewards card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Welcome back out to Bob Sanks Stadium for the start of the second quarter in this high school football matchup between the George Washington Patriots and the Huntington Highlanders. I'm Christian Palmer, welcomed alongside by Woody Woodrum. Woody, an action-packed first quarter with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Huntington came out of the blocks, got a couple turnovers. They turned into points, and then GW just put a great drive together. 5 plays for 82 yards, all on the ground, and most of that 49 yards on a touchdown by Keegan Sack.
So 2nd and 11 to start the quarter for Huntington High. Crawford handing the ball off. It's a run up the middle. I believe that was Zaw Jackson getting the carry. He is able to make his way to the 24-yard line. 5-yard pickup.
Making the tackle was Clyde May, one of their defensive ends.
So make it
about 5 yards on that gain, but it'll be 3rd and 6 because he lost a yard on the first carry.
Yep. So this could be another opportunity to help swing momentum for George Washington. Get a quick stop after the long score. 3rd and 6. Crawford takes the snap. Looks to pass. Double clutching. Finally hits his man over the middle. Nice pass by Crawford. Reeling it in is Malik McNeely.
The mark is going to be up at the 30 because that's where he's forward progress took him, and that'll give him a first down. GW is wanting the ball to be spotted back a bit, but it's very close. It looks like it'll be a first down.
Yeah,
GW sideline not exactly enamored of that spot, but what they're looking at is where he finished, not where he got to, and they do give him the first down.
So that moves the chains for the Highlanders. 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line.
Didn't see who got the catch on that.
That was McNeely.
Okay. Just enough.
Yeah, if you're just now joining us, bear with us if we misidentify a player or two. Huntington wearing these super cool camo uniforms tonight, but just a tiny difficult to read.
Yep. No doubt.
1st and 10, Crawford taking the snap, handing it off to Zaw Jackson, who is met in the backfield.
Again, that's Clyde May, who gives him a little more quickness up on that line than those 280-pound guys. He stepped right in through the block and got into the hole and knocked Zaw back for a loss of 3 yards, almost to the 27. We'll call it that.
So that'll make it 2nd and 13. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half of play. Highlander offense getting set. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side. Crawford sends a man in motion. That's Zaw Jackson. He hits Zaw on the far side of the field. Zaw quickly catching and running up the field. Nice effort by him. Able to make his way past the 35-yard line. It's going to be marked down at the 36. It's a 9-yard pickup.
He was tackled by number 1 Hunter Giacomo on the stop. Pushed him out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So gain from the 27 all the way to the 36 will give him 9 on the gain, but still leave them 3rd and 4.
Crawford looking toward the sideline for the play call, then rejoins the huddle. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Huntington leads by 2 touchdowns. Our score 21-7. 3rd and 4, Crawford back to pass, looking for Harris on the near side of the field. He makes the catch. Puts his foot in the turf and changes direction. Such a tremendous athlete. He gets the first down. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Number 4, Gunnar Flores, finally made the tackle.
And
it is a first down.
Yeah, official at the far side of the field was standing at the 46, but actually the ball is going to be moved up to the 49-yard line, so make it a 13-yard gain.
So a big pickup on that play.
Just shy of midfield. A new fresh set of downs for the Highlanders. Ball on their own 49. Crawford sends a man in motion. That's Zaw Jackson, who gets a pitch, bobbled it for a moment, but able to corral the ball in and still make a gain on the play, a short gain.
Looked like I thought maybe he was going to try to throw the ball, but I think you're right. It was just a bobble.
Yeah, 2-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 8.
Hold on the Highlanders, though, is going to bring it back.
And
the gain was to the GW 49 by Jackson, so he gets that, and then they mark it up back from there.
So the ball now back on Huntington's own 41-yard line.
So it makes it 1st and 18 back at the 41. That's the 3rd holding on Huntington.
First down for the Highlanders. Zaw Jackson gets the handoff, almost tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but able to just keep his momentum moving forward, keep those legs moving, and falls forward for a 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, got it up to the 49-yard line of the Highlanders, back where they originally started this drive. So made up the penalty yardage lost.
2nd and 10 for Huntington High. 9 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first half of play. Empty set for Crawford. 2 receivers to the near side and far side. Crawford back to pass, looking down the field. launches one all the way down the field. Diving attempt made by Wayne Harris, but unable to make the catch.
Keegan Sack right there with him, but I think that was more just couldn't hang on to it when he hit the ground.
Man, what an effort, though, by both Crawford and Harris on the play. I mean, Harris looked like Superman diving there for a second, almost able to make the catch. And, you know, one thing that I mentioned to you before the game, Woody, Vontae, who was the backup QB last year, he had one of his best touchdown passes of the season last year. It was a 78-yard bomb down the field. It looked a lot like that play. However, even if Harris would have made the catch, it would not have counted as a penalty marker down on the field. Huntington.
Going to back Huntington up.
Yep. It's a holding penalty on the Highlanders, so that backs them back up to their own 41-yard line.
5 penalties for minus 45 yards already on Huntington.
2nd and 20. 8 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Huntington leads 21-7. Crawford back to pass, has some pressure on him. Tries to connect with Zod Jackson.
Just threw it too low.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian, there wasn't anything tricky. Now, they was getting pressure, but it really wasn't that close to him like he had to throw it away to save from taking a loss because, honestly, Jackson looked like he had maybe one guy to beat the corner, and my money's usually on Jackson in that case.
And, you know, maybe expecting a little pressure on that play as well, as it looked a whole lot like a screenplay.
It's a change they've made during this first quarter or first half is the GW defensive line, which is now just rushing 3, covering with 8. They have gone to a stand-up defensive look so that nobody's got a hand on the ground.
3rd and 20, Crawford back to pass, has some pressure. Lofts the ball down the field looking for Marshall Christus. Oh, but Wayne Harris steals the ball away from him.
And there's a flag back here for a hold, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's one at the line of scrimmage, one where Harris made the catch.
Right. So it probably will offset. It looks like a hold and a defensive hold or pass interference.
Yeah, it really seems like a lot of penalties called early on in the first half of this game.
Yes, sir. That one was pretty evident. I saw that one as he was trying to get a grip on number 69 was coming from the outside. He just stuck his hand out, and Wyatt Atkins got a big piece of the jersey.
And so the officials talking things over now, discussing both of the penalties. I see.
Because it was second down, so that they've already moved the counter up to 3rd, but if the penalty's offset, then we'll go back to second down. We'll see what they say.
I did see head coach Billy Seals on the field at one point, so that usually means he's not happy.
So the illegal forward pass was the call on Crawford. The flag down by the 13 doesn't seem to have anything to do with this. So I don't get that. They're calling him for being in front of the line when he threw the ball, which is a 5-yard penalty and loss of down, so they'll have to punt.
Yep, that will bring up 4th down and brings the punting unit onto the field.
But the flag down at the 13-yard line on the other end of the field, no explanation there.
Yeah, did not hear anything on that. So Tavion Wilson in to punt for the Highlanders. Standing on Huntington's 22-yard line. Good snap back to Wilson, who boots the ball down the field. Valentine lets it bounce, and it takes a Highlander roll inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Valentine could have saved his team maybe 10 yards there if he just caught the ball on the fly.
So George Washington will start this drive on their own 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14, and I'm not sure why he didn't catch that ball.
A 50-yard punt.
And
by
down
Wilson.
inside the 20.
Yeah. Yeah, just what you're looking for. And don't forget, folks, he's still a young player. A lot of football left. A sophomore. A late member of the Patriots offense out onto the field, trying to get set up quickly. 10 seconds on the play clock. Fenwick sends a man in motion. That's Valentine. Hands the ball off. Keegan Sack looking to run up the middle, but Huntington's defense ready for that, able to stop him near the line of scrimmage.
Caillou Jackson was there first. Got some help from 21, Marshall Christus.
It's a 1-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 9. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half of play. Huntington leads 21-7.
97 yards on 6 carries for Sack so far.
Yeah, he is setting himself up for a career day. If you're just now joining us, he had a long 49-yard touchdown run just a few possessions ago. 2nd and 9, Fenwick hands the ball off. It's Anthony Valentine running to the outside. He is slung down to the turf after picking up a couple of yards.
That time the defensive ends, number 8. And also number 21, Christus, and Markel Jones in to make the stop on Valentine as he got up to about the 19-yard line, a gain of 4.
That'll make it 3rd and 5 for George Washington. Under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Trips receiver set to the near side of the field. Fenwick back to pass, looking to the near side. Pass almost intercepted, but falls incomplete near Huntington's sideline.
It was much closer to Huntington 6 than it was GW 6. Valentine just was nowhere near there to the pass as he threw that time.
And Fenwick has been a tremendous player for George Washington over the years, but wondering just a bit if maybe the early interception is on his mind.
Yeah, because right now we've got him at 6 passes, 1 completed for plus yardage, 1 for -1, and the other picked.
Price back to punt, standing on his 5-yard line. Huntington able to get pressure on
Very
the kick.
short.
High but short. Ball takes a Huntington bounce as well, and finally rolls out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
Really smart play. Markel Jones came through untouched. As he got to the punter, it was either block it or let it go. He eased up and stopped, but that alone made the kicker kick it straight up in the air, back down. The ball only got to the 30-yard line, or 31. It took a backward bounce from about the 35, so only about a 16-yard punt.
So the Huntington defense and special teams able to set the offense up with another short field. 31 yards to go to the end zone. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. 1st and 10 as a handoff to Zaw Jackson. George Washington doing a good job of clogging the running lanes up front. A short pickup for Zaw. He's got 2, make it 2nd and 8.
You know, something we spotted here early in the warm-up was Deadrick Graves with his left hand is completely wrapped up like a club. And against this big defensive line of GW, he might have been very useful tonight at 220 pounds. Zaw Jackson's trying to get that kind of yardage.
And he was Huntington's leading rusher coming into tonight with 113 yards on the ground. 2nd and 8, another handoff. And Zaw this time able to make his way forward to the 26-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup.
54 coming up with the tackle that time on the defensive side. That is Terrell Ellis.
So that brings up 3rd down for the Highlanders. Make it 3rd and 5. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Huntington leads by 2 scores. looking to add to its advantage. Crawford back to pass, looking to the near side of the field, connects with Marshall Christus. Nice catch and run by Christus. Gets Huntington in the red zone.
Well done there. Tight end really made a point trying to get them involved in the game tonight.
Yes.
Inside the 20 at the 17.
So that's
pick up a 9.
Yes, sir. 1st and 10 now for Huntington High. And Christus really deserved it. He's been working the defense, getting open a few times, and almost had one catch where Wayne Harris swooped it in right at the last second. So finally able to make his impact on the game. 1st and 10. Quick hitter to the outside to Wayne Harris. Runs outside, stops and starts a few times. Good job by the Patriots defense to not overcommit one way or the other.
Another flag down.
And another holding penalty.
That's the 6th penalty called on Huntington. 5 of them have been holds, and 3 of them have come here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know head coach Billy Seals will not be happy about that.
No doubt.
And especially when you've got an excellent opportunity like this. You know, George Washington punching back in the game with a touchdown, making it a 14-point ball game. You've got a great opportunity here to make it another substantial lead, up 3 scores. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
Ball all the way back to the 24-yard line. Still 1st down, but 1st and 16.
4 minutes and 49 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Crawford back to pass. Finds Zaw Jackson. Zaw running forward, brought down near the 20-yard line. Mark him down at the 21.
The cornerback, number 14, Bryson Sowers, makes the stop.
So that's a 3-yard pickup for Zaw. And that will make it 2nd and 13.
McNeely's been the leading pass catcher so far in the game. He's got 4 for 28.
Crawford looking to pass and finds McNeely again. Speak of the devil, 1st and 10, but the ball's loose.
Looked like the runner was on the ground.
Officials discussing now.
And they say no, it came out.
No, I believe one official's pointing in favor, yes, of George Washington, and it's a turnover for the defense with their backs against the wall.
Very tough call there for Huntington. That looked like the only reason the ball came out was because he was on the ground. That's when the extra defensive players arrived.
So George Washington now taking over on the 4-yard line with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
A nice pass, nearly 20 yards before the ball came out.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Officials still discussing things over. They're
watching the game clock awfully closely. You'd hope they'd watch the ball and whether it hit the grass or not closely, but we will see.
Yeah, so an adjustment made on the game clock, adding a few more seconds. 3:45 left in the quarter. Sack with another carry, gets the pitch to the outside, running forward with a full head of steam. He's brought down just shy of the 10-yard line, brought down at the 9.
Gain of 5.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the George Washington Patriots, who've responded well after initially falling down 21-0. This time a pitch to the outside. Anthony Valentine is swallowed up in the backfield. Great team defense by Huntington High.
Marshall Christus again, the defensive end there, along with his partner in crime, Markel Jones. And Huntington will take a timeout here on the 2nd down play. Brings up a 3rd and about 11.
And the ball back to the 4-yard line.
Maybe even.
Maybe even the 3.
Get much for $5 these days, unless
that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bank.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Senior southpaw quarterback Abe Fenwick. He's back to pass, lofts the ball down to the middle of the field, almost intercepted by Walt Williams. Pass falling incomplete, and that will bring the punting unit onto the field.
I was watching the quarterback as I panned upfield. I kept trying to find who he was throwing the ball to because there were like 5 Highlanders and nobody from GW anywhere near the ball.
Yeah, probably lucky that pass hitting the turf and falling incomplete and not Williams running the other way with it.
Now you got to decide, do you try and go punt it or do you try to block it with him having a short punting area? His back feet are right against the line, still on the green of the end zone.
Huntington had a block and a scoop and score. It was actually the first touchdown of the season for the Highlanders.
GW just gets one of its linemen on the field.
High snap. Price is able to jump up and get the ball, punts it. Takes a good roll for him, but Harris scooping it up near midfield. Great special teams tackle made by George Washington. On the tackle, Grant Aldrich.
Yes, he did. I thought, though, again, we talked about it when GW didn't field the ball and it got down to the 4 on a punt. Then this time, Harris keeps the ball from rolling on up the field and keeps Huntington on the GW side of the field, although they keep backing the ball up further and further as the officials try to determine where that spot was.
I think they're settling on the 48-yard line. So
that makes a 45-yard punt.
Yep. Not too bad. Got a good roll. 2 minutes and 48 seconds on the game clock, so plenty of time for the Highlanders offense to work with. Crawford with a pitch to the outside. It's Zaw Jackson running to the far side of the field. Great blocking leading him down the field. Just a convoy of blockers giving Jackson the first down.
Yeah, Malachi Sellers was down there. Will Elk, the center, along with his right guard. The tight end, 21, Marshall Christus were there. He had a lot of help upfield that time.
Down to the 33. That's a 15-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. You mentioned earlier, Woody, Deedrick Graves not seeing any game action tonight, but Zaw Jackson picking up the extra slack. Zaw with another carry, a couple of juke moves, then darting up the field inside of the 30. It's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup.
Zaw and the tackler, number 10, MJ Dixon, both kind of slow to get up. Looked like it got tangled up good on that play.
Yeah, that is.
But a pickup of 4.
Yeah, solid gain on first down.
Jackson, 15 carries for 87 yards.
Under 2 minutes to go in the half. 1 minute and 52 seconds on the game clock. Crawford this time fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, lunges forward, tries to reach for the first down marker. He is very close, might have been able to get it.
And took a hit on the ground, no call there. They were most importantly pointing out it wasn't a fumble, but I can't believe it wasn't a late hit with the quarterback already on the ground.
And the ball marked down at the 23-yard line, just a few inches shy of the first down. Crawford back to pass, looking for the end zone. Connects with Wayne Harris. Touchdown, Highlanders. What a ball by Avante Crawford, the junior quarterback. Put it right on the money for his number 1 wide receiver.
Really nice pitch and catch. That time he didn't have to lay out quite as much as he did earlier. And I think they felt like with it being short yardage on what would be 4th down, they could take a shot at the end zone first and then get that pickup later.
Maybe caught the Patriots guessing run on the play as well. Aye on for the PAT. Penalty flags fly before the kick. Wait to see which team this is on.
Offsides on GW. Now do you decide to go for 2 or do you just line up and kick it again?
Well, it's got to be tempting that close.
Yes, move the ball down to the 1.5. And they still have a couple of timeouts if they want to talk about it.
Kicking team, well, they will decline the penalty. Well, I could have sworn that was what the official said, but now the extra point unit still on the field.
Yes, they did decline the GW offsides. They're just going to line up and kick it from where you usually would.
Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Huntington leads 28-7. Just a little over a minute left in the half, so we will keep it here. Good.
Our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
And a minute 35 to get the ball in the end zone to give the Highlanders the 3-touchdown lead again.
Booting the ball down the field, bouncing into the end zone for another touchback. Tremendous power on his leg.
That's for sure. The wind blowing a little bit from right to left. It swirls up here quite a bit. But if you're going to get help on your kickoff going into the end zone, it's going to be from this end of the field.
So George Washington with the ball on the 20-yard line on their own side of the field. A little bit of time to work with, but the offense most effective running the ball would imagine they'll need a couple of good throws down the field this drive.
And they've got all 3 timeouts to work with if they do want to run.
That certainly helps. Empty set for Fenwick. Drops back to pass. Quick hitter on the outside, connects with Keegan Sack. Sack running forward, brought down inbounds, and that is important, keeps the clock rolling.
Number 8, Markel Jones was over there, along with number 22, Walt Williams.
It's a 6-yard pickup, makes it 2nd and 4. Sack, an explosive player, has the lone Patriots touchdown of the evening. 40 seconds left in the half. Fenwick back to pass. Launches the ball down the field. A little too much mustard on that one. Looking to connect with Sack again, but overthrowing him by about 5 yards.
Yeah, that one really wasn't close. Now Huntington might think about on his 3rd down. You got 2 timeouts left. If you can get the stop and keep the Patriots from getting this 1st down on 3rd and 4.
32.4 seconds left on the game clock. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. A running back to Fenwick's right. Believe he tried to draw Huntington High offsides with a hard count.
That's what it looked like.
Huntington defense staying put.
Clock's down to 3, 2, 1.
And no intentions at all of running a play for George Washington, trying to catch the defense napping and get a free first down and make certain that Huntington couldn't add on any more points in this half.
I guess they thought maybe they could pull them off sides before they took the timeout. It's still 3rd and 4. Nothing changed. The clock didn't move because the last pass was incomplete. So I guess I see the strategy. If you can get Huntington to jump, it's an easy first down, and then maybe you feel a little more at ease about throwing the ball down the middle. But it's 3rd and 4 from there, and if they don't get the first, I think Huntington might well take a timeout and make them punt. They've been very close to blocking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Huntington very good on special teams this season. Multiple kick returns for touchdowns, blocking some kicks, doing a really good job in that facet of the game. Both teams now back out onto the field for this 3rd and 4. See what the George Washington offense has drawn up. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Valentine in at running back to Fenwick's left. Fenwick back to pass, has some pressure, directing traffic down the field, lofts a pass down the field, and it's caught by the Huntington defense.
Wayne Harris, Zaw Jackson.
Interception for the Huntington Highlanders. They're into George Washington territory with 24.6 seconds of time to work with.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was just not a very well executed play by the quarterback, who could have easily thrown the ball into the crowd over in the stands. He tried to lob it ahead, just hoping it would get out of bounds and take some more time off the clock. But what he leaves is Huntington now with 25 seconds and 2 timeouts inside the 40.
And the Highlanders have had a lot of scoring drives quicker than that over the past couple seasons. 1st and 10. Crawford back to pass. It's a quick pass to the outside. Able to connect with Jamari Tubbs. Tubbs brought down at the 21-yard line. Then Huntington will request a timeout. 17-yard pickup. And the clock stops with 17 seconds left.
Jamari Tubbs' first catch on the night. Picks up a big first down for his team.
So now even if Huntington isn't able to get into the end zone, Woody may be able to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. You're already thinking Johnny I from nearly the 20 at the 21. So a big 17-yard gain. And Jamari Tubbs is the guy that doesn't get a lot of talk about him because there are so many tall, big, good receivers on this team. But he has very good hands and came into tonight's game with a couple of catches for 11 yards, and he also ran the ball twice for 51 yards.
It's got to be a blessing and a curse for Avante Crawford. All of these weapons, but a lot of guys to try and keep happy.
Yep, that's for sure.
The Highlander offense jogging back out onto the field.
You don't get your name mentioned unless you catch a ball or run something in.
That's right. 1st and 10, ball on the 21-yard line. Crawford firing over the middle, pass intercepted. It's Sowards with the pick, has some space in front of him. Hurdles a diving tackler, but he is brought down at the 36-yard line.
Yep. 14, the cornerback. We've mentioned his name a couple of times tonight already, Bryson Sowers. He picks it off at the 10 and returns it up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, nice defensive play and another turnover forced by George Washington. So that's 2 turnovers forced while they were backed up in their own end.
So now they have 1 timeout left and 6.7 on the clock.
And Huntington with a prevent defense, 3 high safeties in. Fenwick back to pass. Has some time to work with. Valentine wide open.
No
but
time
a short
now.
target right near the line of scrimmage. He is tackled by about half of the Highlander defense, just shy of midfield. And that will be the final play of the first half. Really an exciting half of play, Woody. Bright spots for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice pitch and catch there for a gain of about 14 yards and another first down. GW had gone the last 3 series in a row without picking up a first down, so they pick one up on that final play. But both teams have had bright spots, and both teams have made some defensive plays as well. So it looks to be a pretty good half of second half action coming up. GW will get the ball to start second half.
And we are going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar store. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Huntington Highway Safety Distracted Driving, Chase & Elkin State Farm, Tax Masters Pro Books, and Kid Sale.
Hi, I'm Tarambas Patrick from Charleston, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family-owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar store. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Huntington Highway Safety Distracted Driving, Chase & Elkin State Farm, Taxmasters Pro Books, and Kid Sale.
Hi, I'm Tarambis Patrick from Charleston, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Give him another hand. Give him another hand. There's no band better than this one.
At Food Fair, fresh produce means we use local farmers and agriculture to provide the best for your family, from the farm into your hands. Convenience means providing cut-and-ready fruits and vegetables that give your family freshness without the prep time. By downloading the Food Fair app, you can shop fresh, collect cart cash rewards, and even have freshness delivered right to your door. Download the Food Fair app today and start shopping. Food Fair, conveniently fresh.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles an hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field, blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Cabell County Schools has a zero-tolerance policy for bullying, harassment, and intimidation. We're excited to provide the Stop It mobile app for our students. Stop It has 2 powerful features. Students may report incidents or talk directly to school officials. Cabell County students have the power to end harmful and inappropriate online or physical bullying. You can download the app from Apple or Google Play. Together, we can create a safer, kinder school community.
Robert C. Bird out of AA at AAA Preston 0-0 in the second quarter in that game. Let's check on some of the local games we've got going on in AA and looking at for some of those teams. We got Scout just trouncing number 12 Point Pleasant. Scott's number 6, and they're going to move up with a 54-6 halftime lead. Beckley, Woodrow Wilson on the Huntington schedule before long, and the AAA is at Bluefield. That game's going to be played on Saturday. Winfield and Wayne, they've been playing quite a few years, 20.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
And 146 through the air on 19 of 11 with the 1 interception. For George Washington, 13 carries on the ground for 124, but 49 of that came in one play. Keegan Sachs run for touchdown. And tonight, Abe Fenwick finding the going rough. 4 of 10 for 30 yards and 2 interceptions in the half. So he's had a tough go of it. By the way, 2 punts for Tavion Wilson. He's averaged 49.5 per punt, and he put 1 inside the 20.
He is such a strong kicker at just a sophomore. We know he is going to continue to play more and more throughout the years at other spots, but dominating at punter.
That's for sure. He's a heck of a player out there at any sport.
Johnny I set to boot the ball down the field to start the second half. His kick is caught at the 6-yard line by Keegan Sack. Sack looking to cut to the near side of the field, but not a whole lot of space to work with. Still a decent return, just past the 25-yard line.
Number 9, Carmelo Sheffield, in on the tackle, along with number 35, Bryce Winkfield.
So the ball placed at the 26-yard line, just about a 20-yard return to open the second half. 1st and 10 for the George Washington Patriots. Trips receiver set to the near side of the field for the senior quarterback, Abe Fenwick, who drops back to pass. Looking over the middle, and his pass is intercepted. Wayne Harris with his second pick of the game. Cuts back, picking up some blockers. Oh, what a juke move, running all the way across the field. Finally brought down at the 9-yard line. Highlight Harris adds another to the reel.
3rd interception of the game on Harrison. Again, it didn't look like it was near anybody for GW, and it bounced into Harris's hands.
So Fenwick's rough day continues, and a quick start to the second half for the Highlanders.
Nice run back all the way inside the 10. Huntington's 1st and goal at the 9.
$11 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Huntington with a quick turnover and offense set up with another short field.
I mean, GW had to go in and say, all right, we got down early, 21 points, but we're back in this. And then just like that, they're not.
Crawford hands the ball off. It's Zaw Jackson to the far side of the field. Stiff arms a defender as he is guided out of bounds, just able to get inside of the 5-yard line.
Bryson Sowers, the cornerback, makes the tackle again. They have done a good job of keeping Jackson contained inside. Now, it's a 5-yard run. When you start at 9, that's a nice run on first down, but all of a sudden, his team is looking to stop Huntington any way they can right now.
2nd and goal. Zaw Jackson remains in the game at running back. Crawford sends a man in motion. Throws the ball to Harris, who leaps and catches the ball. Touchdown, Highlanders. Defense and offense, he is everywhere tonight. Wayne Harris adds another score.
Yeah, that's for sure. He, in last week's game, he had a kick return, a punt return in his last trip to South Charleston. But I guarantee you, I think he'd trade tonight's game with a couple picks, a couple of touchdowns through the air.
He is a great player in all 3 facets of the game. On for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. We'll keep it here. Just few seconds really into the first half.
Yep.
So don't want to miss any of.
Here at Mount West is to facilitate student success in a variety of ways.
Students know that somebody cares. They know that there's somebody on the other table that is willing to do everything they can to make them successful.
Somebody can walk in the door not knowing what they want to do, and they can talk through what their options might be.
There's a program or a pathway for you here at Mount West. We have a pathway for anybody.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
And they ran the ball well on the ground, but they've got to figure out where to go from there.
This time, II's kick caught by Valentine. Valentine able to run out past the 30-yard line. Finally brought down at the 33-yard line.
Cam Veazey, Landon Miller, a couple of linebackers playing special teams, converged on Valentine. They've done that a bunch of times to him tonight as well as Sack.
Yeah, decent starting field position, though, for the Patriots. See if they could take advantage of it. Late substitution made as Cly May checks into the game. He's been a good player on defense. Maybe see if he can add an extra spark blocking at tight end. A run play on 1st and 10. Running to the far side of the field is Keegan Sack.
Yep, VZ and Walt Williams doing the linebacker thing the other way with Walter Williams making a stop.
And it's a 3-yard pickup, make it 2nd and 7. Under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 7 for the George Washington Patriots. 2 running backs in the game. Fenwick sends a man in motion. Hands the ball off. It's a jet sweep to the outside. Keegan Sack with the carry, but he is brought down in the backfield behind the original line of scrimmage.
Ran a safety blitz that time. The Wiz coming through from his free safety position. And another player who's beginning to get some minutes out there, Max Boren, got the stop.
And a little bit of jawing after the play. Did not see what the number was on Huntington, but saw Flores and a member of Huntington's secondary face mask to face mask exchanging pleasantries after the play.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it exactly. Just wasn't anything there that time. Loss of 4 on the play.
And I believe it was Wayne Harris. And it's going to be offsetting penalties, both picking up a penalty, so it remains 3rd down after the 4-yard loss. That brings up 3rd and 11. 10.5 minutes left in the third quarter. If you're just now joining us, Huntington leads 35-7.
3rd and 11 here. Backed up on that play with the offsetting penalties.
And another member of the Patriots offense hurrying onto the field late, 10 seconds on the play clock.
That can't help when you don't get your players on the field till it's time to snap the ball.
Fenwick back to pass. Has some time, lofts the ball over the middle of the field, and great defense made, and a penalty marker is thrown. Close play there. Mikey Johnson getting there right about the same time that the ball did and separated the man from the ball, but he is going to be called for a defensive penalty.
You cannot stand over top the man and celebrate. And that's what he was doing. I mean, Mikey Johnson made a great play, great hit, and then he's standing, straddling over the receiver, talking down to him, and that's going to get a flag thrown almost every time.
And we saw, a little bit of chippiness a couple of plays ago, and just hope that, tempers settle down and cooler heads prevail.
Well, now the ball should move up from the 32. Which will make it a 1st down with 15 yards here for the personal foul.
And head coach Billy Seals is hot on the home sideline.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have got to take better care of your emotions than that. I mean, the umpire's walking the ball up right now. GW seemed to think they were going to be in Huntington territory, but they were back at the 32, so 15 yards gives them the 47-yard line.
And that's where it will be for 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Huntington leads by 4 touchdowns.
So great play by Mikey Johnson, but in basketball it's the same kind of thing.
And on this 1st and 10, Fenwick just spikes the ball down into the turf. Didn't really have anyone open. Had a few pass rushers bearing down.
Well, I'll tell you what, when 6'4", 295 pounds of Robbie Martin is bearing down on you, it's time to throw the ball in the ground.
I'd do the same thing. When in doubt, throw it out. So with the incomplete pass, it stops the clock with 9 minutes and 51 seconds and brings up 2nd and 10. And the officials
now, I know
just
the crowd's upset about that call, but it's a textbook.
Oh, yeah.
A personal foul, and they're going to call it because emotions have already been running high.
Yep.
It's Huntington's 7th penalty for minus 70 yards.
Oh, man. That's adding up. 2nd and 10. Patriots offense set. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. 1 to the near side. Valentine in at running back. The Patriots looking toward their sideline. They get the play call. 2nd and 10. Fenwick back to snap. Launching the ball to the far side of the field. Looking for Keegan Sack. Pass falls incomplete.
Good job by Zaw Jackson of playing the receiver and making sure he couldn't get a hand on the ball.
Yeah, good job by really the whole secondary, staying in their zones, not really allowing much free space at all, and not giving Abe Fenwick much at all to work with. They've done an excellent job tonight. Another incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 10. Patriots once again looking toward their sideline for the play signal. The fans in the stands making some noise for Huntington High, and they're going to get a little louder after this. Fenwick swallowed up, brought down in the backfield. That brings up 4th down.
First 2 guys there were 99 Caillou Jackson, also 8 Markel Jones, but also back there was 73 Robbie Martin and 3 or 4 other players. It was about 7 guys piled on the quarterback when he went down.
And he loses a yard in the process. That brings up 4th and 11. So the Patriots able to move the ball a little bit up near midfield, but the drive stalls out.
Yeah, you get the penalty after you're stopped, and then you're unable to take advantage of it. That is the 7th drive of the night for GW that has not resulted in a first down.
Price punts the ball high but short. It does take a George Washington bounce. Harris thought about scooping it up, but too many members of the special teams punting unit down the field ready to hit him. So he's like, yeah, I'll let it roll for just that extra yard or 2 that it had in it.
If I'm going to take a hit, it's got to be on a bigger play than that. So all the way to the 22, though. Pretty good punt that time.
So about 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Huntington leads by 28 with another touchdown. George Washington could be in danger of facing the rolling clock in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10, Crawford takes a snap, hands it off. It's Zaw Jackson running to the right side of his line for a solid pickup. Finally brought down at the 27-yard line. 5-yard gain makes it 2nd and 5. Zaza having a tremendous performance. We mentioned it earlier, but if you're just now tuning in, Deedrick Graves, a junior running back for Huntington High, who is the team's leader in rushing yards coming into today, has not played tonight, but Zaw Jackson has taken the full workload at running back, and he continues to do a great job bursting forward past the 45. Another first down. It's a 19-yard gain for the junior running back.
Nice tackle there by number 1, Hunter Giacomo, because otherwise he would have been gone on that play.
Yep, a very important tackle there. You could see when Zaw's hitting that final gear, and he was just entering it.
He's now got 18 carries, 116 yards in the game.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on Huntington's 46. Crawford hands the ball off. It's Zaw Jackson again. Just puts his foot in the turf and cuts upfield. He's able to get a solid gain, tackled pretty much right at midfield. Might be a half-yard shy.
Yep, a nice 4-yard gain there. And you can see it's starting to wear down on GW. They only have about 38 players on their roster and that are going to play in the game. They have a lot more, they have 70 or 80 people listed, but a lot of those are freshmen who did not come tonight, and so they're starting to wear down a little bit. Going backwards is a lot tougher than going forwards.
And a few players like Giacomo, Valentine, and Sack have not left the field. 2nd down, Zaw gets a pitch to the outside, running to the near side of the field. Finally brought down, but after he was able to make his way into Patriots territory. Marked down at George Washington's 47. It's a 4-yard gain.
MJ Dixon makes the stop this time. On the GW side of the field at the 47 to pick up a 3 on that last one. And about 3 to go.
6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Third down for the Highlanders. Crawford sends a man in motion. That's Winkfield, who is open. Crawford unable to connect with him. Pass just a little too high.
Well, it's good to see Winkfield in the game. He played pretty well when he came in last week, and that one was just a little tall for the new player in the game.
Yeah, Winkfield, very impressive for a sophomore, and you said this in Huntington's last game, Woody, potentially running back of the future there.
Yes, absolutely. He's a big, strong kid, has good speed. I really like the looks of him when he's in there. He's also made some special team tackles already this year. So yeah, that's a name you're going to hear for a while with this program.
Wilson on to punt. A couple of great punts already. Looking to pin the Patriots deep again. Boots the ball high and strong down the field. Bounces at the 5 and doesn't take the Huntington bounce. Rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, 47 won't kill your average, that's for sure. But probably would have liked to have had about a 42 with it being down inside the 10-yard line.
Yep, just didn't get the bounce there. So that will bring the Patriots offense back out onto the field as they try to chip away at Huntington's 4-touchdown advantage. 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Huntington leads 35-7.
But he's averaging like 48 yards a punt tonight, a 47, a 48, and a 50.
Not too bad.
No.
1st and 10, Fenwick back to pass. Has some time. Eventually starting to run out of time, so he tucks the ball and runs forward. Eventually out of bounds after a short pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah, he saw Cam Veazey and Travion Wilson coming bearing down on him, so he said, let's live to play another day, and stepped out of bounds after about a 3-yard gain.
So that'll make it 2nd and 7 with just over 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Huntington's defense, excellent all year long. They've allowed just 14 points to this point. 2nd and 7. Fenwick hands the ball off. It's Keegan Sack running to the right side of the line, and Huntington makes the stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Walt Williams read that play immediately. That was something they were able to bust outside a little bit in the first half. So far, they haven't been able to find any running lanes for Sack, and that's no gain on that play.
And, you know, there were a couple of points where it was like, you know, George Washington, maybe if they get this stop, make this play, could be a really close ball game. But also, you know, if you take away the 49-yard touchdown run by Keegan Sack, this is a shutout.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was a nice play by Keegan.
3rd and 7. Fenwick sends Sack in motion. Has immediate pressure on him. He's able to work his way out of it, still looking down the field, but the pass is at Sack's feet.
Well, he had a lot of pressure, and again, 73 Robbie Martin bringing the big-time pressure, so he just threw it low.
With the incomplete pass, that brings up 4th down.
About 4 different players had a chance of sacking him before Robbie Martin had him throw early.
Price on to punt, and Harris on to return.
Wayne Harris moving up a little bit, thinking he'll have a chance for a return this time.
Price standing on his own 10. Kick almost blocked. Huntington getting great pressure. Ball bounces short of midfield and trickles out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, its inconsistency has been the punter's biggest problem tonight. That's only a 19-yard punt. He's had a 26, a 50, a 45, a 16, a 42, and now a 19.
Yeah, very mixed bag of results there. And, a couple of the punts setting Huntington up with short fields, and same happening right here. Already into George Washington territory.
35-0 right now. Huntington needs another score to wind the clock in the fourth quarter, 35 plus.
Yep.
So 35-7.
4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Oh, and there was a hold on GW during the play, so Huntington gets an additional 10 tacked onto that. It's only the third penalty for GW for minus 25. Huntington now starts up near the 31-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders. And I'm going to have to pull my binoculars up. I believe we have a new quarterback in the game. That is Jackson Hatfield in. However, he will have to wait a moment as penalty markers.
Offsides on GW again. So not only is it not going well right now for GW, but they've compounded it with 3 penalties here in the late going.
Yeah, really shooting themselves in the foot the past couple of minutes. Jackson Hatfield has had a great start to this season, playing in the backup quarterback role. He is 5 of 6 for 101 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Also has a rushing touchdown.
It's 5 penalties for minus 40 yards now on GW after they've had 2 or 3 here in the last series.
Hatfield sends a man in motion. And it's a run to the right side of the line. About a 3-yard pickup. I believe that was Winkfield. No, excuse me, that was Zaw Jackson still in the game. So that will bring up 2nd and short. It's going to be 2nd and 3 yards.
Yeah, he picked up about 2 there on that short carry. Puts him at 125 on the evening.
2nd and short. Zaw remains in the game at running back. Hatfield hands it off to him. Zaw running right up the middle, close to the line to gain. Needed 3 yards on the play, and appears as though he's got it.
Very close if he doesn't.
Still waiting for the officials to mark the ball down. They're marking it right at the 21-yard line.
And they say first down now. Well, they haven't moved the sticks, though.
No, have not moved the sticks.
The referee said first down, but then he must have changed his mind.
So 3rd and inches. Hatfield hands it off to Jackson again, who quickly cuts to the outside, looking to pick up some blockers inside the 20 to the 10. Finally brought down about the 6-yard line. And Zaw a little slow getting up. Keegan Sack making the tackle.
Got the first down at the 7-yard line. So give him 15 on that last carry. And that puts him at 142 in this game. 23 carries, 142 yards.
1st and goal for the Highlanders. Trying to make this a 34-point advantage. Extra point would make it 35. Hatfield takes the snap. Rolls to his right. Penalty marker on the field. Pass to the end zone.
Flag down and looked like an interception by number 2.
Pass intercepted by Solomon Farrell.
See what the flag was. As soon as play started, they dropped a flag. That sounded like either somebody lined up in the neutral zone or illegal shift on Huntington. So, no doubt, GW will take the ball.
Yes. Penalty declined. George Washington's football with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third.
So that one doesn't go against you, but the interception by number 12, Hatfield.
So the Patriots now with the ball on their own 20-yard line. And, one thing that George Washington has done well tonight, force some turnovers.
Yep.
1st and 10. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. A running back to each side for Fenwick.
Fenwick's taking a beating tonight. He's still in there quarterback, however.
He hands the ball off to Sack on 1st and 10. He is brought down quickly.
Number 70, Max Boren, coming up with the tackle. Give him a yard officially.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Patriots. I'm sure George Washington would love just to try and throw the ball down the field a couple of times and attempt to score quickly, maybe get back in this game, but it just hasn't worked tonight. Been much more effective running the football.
Yeah, but you still got Jackson and Harris waiting for a chance to make another pick.
Fenwick hands the ball off. This time it's Valentine running up the middle. It's another minimal gain.
Kaiju Jackson and Cam Veazey makes the stop on Valentine.
Another 1-yard pickup. That'll make it 3rd and 8.
17 yards on 6 carries for Valentine.
Now a lineman gingerly jogging off of the field.
Yeah, it looked like number 69, who Landon Bird, plays the left tackle.
Third down for George Washington. Fenwick.
High snap.
Fakes the handoff. Fires the ball down the field. Unable to connect with his intended receiver. Was looking for Bryson Sowards on the far side of the field. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
Great coverage there by Zah Jackson. He was stride for stride with him on that pass.
So the game clock stops with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
Got it.
And did not see the flag on the field, but the officials announcing pass interference called on the Highlanders.
That might be the worst call of the night. I mean, the pass wasn't near. Jackson did nothing to impede him going after the ball.
Yeah, could certainly argued non-catchable.
Yeah.
So a fresh set of downs for the George Washington Patriots.
I heard this was a veteran crew. I've got some other thoughts of what people might be thinking about them.
High snap, Fenwick able to jump up, get the ball, quickly hand it off to Valentine, who has a nice run, looking to spin out of a tackle. Finally brought down at Huntington's 44-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was trying to punch the ball out. Nobody was thinking to tackle Valentine 13. Mikey Johnson finally got him down, but not before they pick up another 2nd down. Only the 3rd first down in this quarter for GW.
And a 19-yard pickup by Valentine. George Washington not in a big hurry as the clock ticks under 40 seconds to go in the quarter. 1st and 10. Fenwick fakes the handoff to Valentine. Markel Jones with some pressure, but Fenwick got the pass off, launched it down the field, but great coverage in the secondary.
Really good play by Mikey Johnson there at the safety.
Just playing center field there.
Yep.
Breaks up the pass with 26 seconds left on the game clock. If you're just now joining us, Huntington leads 35-7 near the end of the third quarter. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Patriots offense getting set. Fenwick fakes the handoff to Sack, then hands it off to Valentine. Little misdirection, but the Huntington defense ready, able to make the tackle pretty much right at the line of scrimmage.
Caillou Jackson, Walter Williams make the tackle. Yeah, almost no gain on that play at all.
Give him a couple inches on the play. 3rd and long for the Patriots. And that's where we will pick things back up when we return. That's it for the third quarter. Huntington leads 35-7 over George Washington. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
About to get underway here at Bob Sang Stadium, where the Huntington Highlanders lead 35-7 over the George Washington Patriots. It's George Washington football to begin the fourth quarter, 3rd and 10. Ball in Highlanders territory on Huntington's 44-yard line. Senior southpaw quarterback Abe Fenwick sends a man in motion. Has quick pressure on him, able to get out of the pressure, running forward. Close to the first down marker, but out of bounds. I believe he's going to be just shy.
Yeah, he got to the 36, which leaves him about, well, now they've moved it to the 34, so I would say that is a first down.
However, the officials signaling 4th and short.
9 yards, they say. 4th and 1.
Fenwick now, I believe for the first time of the night, under center. Quarterback sneak. And he is able to push forward for 2 yards and get the first down.
It's just he's already taken quite a beating. That time, Robbie Martin, Caillou Jackson, and number 70, Max Boren, all in on the stop. That just means your quarterback's taking more hits than he really needs to.
However, they are able to get the first down, 1st and 10 on Huntington's 32. Trips receiver set to the far side of the field. Patriots once again look toward their sideline for the play signal. Fenwick has it and receives the snap. Throws the ball to the far side of the field. Good defense by Wayne Harris.
Yeah, knocked it away from number 1, Hunter Giacomo, the intended receiver, and he's lucky that it wasn't taken all the way. He was about a half step from picking that one for 6.
Yeah, Harris, a nose for the football. Couple of interceptions tonight, a couple of touchdown receptions. He really does it all for this Huntington High team.
I tried to explain it to somebody the other day. I said it was like when Tavion Jackson in his senior year would take off on 1 foot toward the goal, and everybody would, because they were waiting for what was going to happen. Every time you throw the ball at Harris in secondary, I do the same thing.
2nd and 10. Fenwick back to pass, throwing toward Harris again, and it's intercepted.
At the 5.
Harris running forward, full head of steam, picking up some blockers. One man to beat. It's a lineman, and he's in the end zone. Pick 6 for Wayne Harris.
95-yard touchdown.
My goodness. Wayne Harris just continues to add to his highlight reel. This has been a career night for him, Woody.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people that want to tell me he's not the best receiver in the state, well, I'll give you that because he's probably the best player in the state. Kick returns, punt returns, you know, making tackles when he's asked to, knocking the ball away.
Lockdown corner.
And yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's you remember Revis Allen? It's Harris's Allen, and GW doesn't want to play there tonight.
They are shipwrecked on Harris Island tonight.
Wow. I guess they couldn't find anybody to call because Harris basically outran all the blocking.
Yes.
So nobody got nipped with a hold or a push or a shove.
Yep, lineman gave his all to run back and made an effort to.
Oh, we got the dreaded sideline warning on Huntington because 16-year-olds got excited about a 95-yard interception return. Come on now.
And so another penalty on the Highlanders. That will.
Yeah, it's just a warning.
Oh, excuse me. So just a warning for the time being.
Yeah. And Johnny I, who's been quiet most of this half, will get a chance here. Well, no, they did march it back 5 yards on the sideline warning, I guess. My bad.
So I will kick the ball right from the 15-yard line. Snap is good. The kick is up. And it is good. Huntington now leads 42-7, a 35-point advantage. So we will have a rolling clock on the other side of this break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
The culture here at Mount West is to facilitate student success in a variety of ways.
Students know that somebody cares. They know that there's somebody on the other table that is willing to do everything they can to make them successful.
Somebody can walk in the door not knowing what they want to do, and they can talk through what their options might be.
There's a program or a pathway for you here at Mount West. We have a pathway for anybody.
Back out at Bob Sang Stadium, where Keegan Sack refusing to go down on this kick return. Out past the 30, finally brought down past the 35. An excellent return for Sack. He has had a great night, showing all kinds of heart, the junior running back. Finally brought down at the 37-yard line. So if you're just now joining us, you've missed quite a lot. It's been an exciting night, especially for Huntington Highlander players and fans. Huntington leads by 35. Our score, 42-7. 10.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but with Huntington's latest score, the clock will continue to run throughout the rest of the game.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Fenwick takes the snap and hands it off to Keegan Sack, who is brought down at the 40-yard line after a 3-yard pickup.
Down at the bottom of the pile was number 21, Marshall Christus, getting a little time at defensive end there.
So a 3-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 7.
The other player in there I spotted was number 23, Malachi Brown.
So things will move quick now for the rest of the game. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in regulation. Huntington just playing great football. 15 straight wins brought into this contest, looking to make it 16 straight. 2nd and 7. Sack gets a carry. Sweep to the outside.
Just nothing there.
No, nothing there.
Landon Miller, 20, and 35, Bryce Winkfield.
Sack able to pick up a hard-fought yard. So that'll make it 3rd and 6.
And he got hit really hard when he was picking that up. It does put him back in the 3. He's now at 102 yards. He had lost yardage of 4 yards in the third quarter, but now he's at 102.
He's had a good game and has the lone George Washington score of the night, a 49-yard scamper to the end zone. Made it 21-7 at that point, but really almost all Huntington since. Third down, Fenwick back to pass.
He's going to get it first and run it out of bounds before Landon Miller gets there.
Yeah, not many options.
Huntington's defensive line is starting to get a little tired. They are trying to get some more clean uniforms in there. Caillou Jackson, Robbie Martin has been playing more than we've seen him before, but they've got a lot of freshmen in there right now.
And there was a penalty marker on the field, but the officials waving it off.
Okay.
And head coach Billy Seals still voicing his opinion on the sideline, as he enjoys to do. He is a passionate coach. His players love to play for him and just wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yes, he does.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball right at midfield. It's a handoff to Valentine. Running forward, brought down at the 46-yard line, 4-yard pickup.
77, Jeremiah Lyles. That is a freshman defensive lineman who's going to be a good one, Billy tells me. He got some help by number 23, Malachi Brown again.
And you got to love that. A freshman playing on Friday night.
Yep.
I'm sure he is just all kinds of excited at the moment, ready to burst into that backfield and make a play.
About 4 yards for Valentine on that carry. He's at 40 yards on 9 carries.
And he'll get another carry here. Great blocking. Space for Valentine up the middle. He is finally brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup.
Mikey Brown makes the stop there.
And I believe the official's actually going to move the ball. Nope, they're going to keep it right at the 23.
Mikey Johnson, I think I said somebody else's name, but Mikey Johnson made that last tackle. So it's a 1st and 10. They've had 3 first downs in this series. That's the most. That ties how many they had in the entire third quarter when they had 4 different series, only 3 first downs.
So 1st and 10, ball on Huntington's 23-yard line. Another high snap. Fenwick leaping up, then pitching the ball to Keegan Sack, running to the near side of the field, able to get inside the 20-yard line.
56, Tavion Kennedy, a senior who hasn't got to play a lot in his career, but he's played the last 3 weeks and has made some tackles.
It's a 6-yard pickup to the 17-yard line. Already over halfway through the fourth quarter, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in regulation.
Second down and 4 to go. We're down to the 17.
And Abe Fenwick lining up under center for the second time of the evening, turns around and hands the ball off to Keegan Sack, who runs right up the middle.
23, Malachi Jones, and 20, Landon Miller team up to make the stop.
It's a gain of 3, and he's going to be just a yard shy of the first down.
Sack now with 105 and yards on 12 rushes.
Officials changed their mind. Going to signal first down now. First and 10 for the Patriots.
1st and 10, balls inside the 14, so we'll call it the 13 officially.
2 running back formation. Fenwick pitches it out to Keegan Sack. Great team pursuit by Huntington.
Yes, it was.
Able to halt Sack. Didn't really have anywhere to go and swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Might have, actually is going to lose a yard on the play.
51, Matthew Grillo with the tackle for loss. Yeah, that play got blown up straight out of running there. So 2nd and 11 at the 14.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the ball game. And another penalty marker on the field. Huntington with some early movement. Encroachment on the defense is called.
You got those young guys in there right now, so they tend to not be looking at things like how to line up on sides. But it still makes it just 2nd and 6. Down to the 9.
3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the ball game. Fenwick hands the ball off to Valentine, running up the middle, has some open space, spins into the end zone for the touchdown. So another score for the George Washington Patriots. Valentine gets into the end zone. It's the second rushing touchdown of the ball game for GW.
GW going to bring out their kicker. See if he can extend a perfect year so far.
Jordan Price on for the PAT.
He was 9 of 9 after a first half kick.
Snap is good. The kick is blocked. Was that Wayne Harris again?
Yes,
you are kidding me.
Was.
I mean, I don't know what else this guy could do, but I mean, maybe put him at quarterback, let him throw a touchdown pass himself. That's the only feat that he has left to achieve tonight.
My goodness, that's unbelievable. What a night he's had.
So that
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Got to support your team.
That's
of course, most people's team is going to be off tomorrow. At least you local fans, Thundering Herd.
You know, if I could work out the whole season to be these one-game weekends, I think I'd be in good shape.
Yeah, Woody and I have been on the Marshall Football pregame show, so make sure to always tune in. If you like listening to us talk, you can hear us on 93.7 The Dog for Marshall Football pregames as well. But high school football action continues now. Jordan Price kicks the ball down the field.
Guess who?
Malik McNeely back to return the kick. Turns a corner, running to the near side of the field, stops and looks to maybe go the other way. Finally brought down just after crossing the 20-yard line. And Harris is throwing his hands up there. Hey, I had some blocking for you, man. Why'd you quit following me?
Well, you know, he had the white shoes, the white gloves. I thought it was Harris again. And I thought, well, maybe they'll just see how many stats he can come up with tonight. But McNeely he'd already had, I believe, he hadn't had any returns yet this year, but they like him in that role. So I think we'll see McNeely maybe some more this season, a senior.
Yeah, McNeely does a little bit of everything, and a couple of games as a timeout has been requested.
Yeah, GW asked for a timeout. They weren't lined up correctly, so at 2:55 they took their second timeout.
But yeah, just continuing, we were talking about Malik McNeely has gotten to do a couple of fun things later in games. Sometimes that's what it's about. You're obviously, first and foremost, you want to win, but you're playing a kid's game, playing a sport that America loves. You're out there to have fun, and McNeely getting to return some kicks. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he kick one off himself a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
So McNeely,
it's like you say, that's part of the fun of being in this game.
And a lot of players. Backups on the roster getting their time to shine now under the Friday night lights and hoping to open up the eyes of their coaches. Here's your chance. Make a play. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
Never know when a second chance is going to come if you don't take advantage of the spotlight being shined your way.
And Jackson Hatfield looking to take full advantage of the spotlight now. But first off, it's a handoff to Bryce Winkfield. Winkfield, full head of steam down the field, finally out of bounds near the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down right at the 40, 19-yard pickup.
Winkfield with a big carry there and a first down.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the ball game as the clock continues to roll. Trips receiver set to the far side of the field, but it's another handoff to Winkfield, who lowers a shoulder into the defender, and he is jacked up after that.
Yeah, nice hit on number 7 there. Coming up was Grant Aldrich, a sophomore playing for the Patriots.
Winkfield running behind his pads on that play. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. 2nd and 2 for the Highlanders. Hatfield looking to pass. Tried to find Dean on the far side of the field. Pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down. So
you've got to get your second-team quarterback some time under fire, and that's exactly why you throw a pass there, even in a game. You're up 42-13.
Got to give him some work. You never know when you need him.
Work. That's right.
Still 3rd and 2. Just over a minute left in regulation. Hatfield takes the snap, fakes the handoff. It's a quarterback keeper. He's got the first down. Finally brought down at the Patriots' 45-yard line.
Hey, picks up a quick 10 there.
40 seconds left in the ball game. Appears as though the Highlanders will run one more play.
Victory formation, it looks like, maybe.
The best formation in football. No rush by the Highlanders, as they will actually not even need to snap the ball again. A couple more seconds on the play clock, then the game clock.
That'll do it.
That will do it. Both teams starting to line up to shake hands while the offense was still set. Little funny picture there.
Yeah, that's your younger offensive linemen. They weren't going to step away until they were sure it was over.
That's right. And it is over, with Huntington winning big again, 42-13 over the George Washington Patriots. We're going to step aside for a short break, but stay tuned in as postgame is coming up next. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar store. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Huntington Highway Safety Distracted Driving, Chase & Elkins State Farm, Taxmasters Pro Books, and Kid Sale.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Milam. I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
I care.
I care.
I care. I care. I care.
It doesn't matter how big or small your problem is. We want you to know that we're all in this together. At Cabell County Schools, we want everyone in our school community to know that they belong and that we care.
Kick in the game, he just does everything you need him to do for the team to win, and the guy is as good as I've seen at any level. He really is a player who knows what he's going to do, and I just beginning to think this Highlander team might be pretty good. They have do things good on offense, on defense, and whatnot, but
very well rounded.
There are always things to work on. I'm sure part of what it's going to be is looking at the GW backs. Did a pretty good job of running the ball, 106 yards for a sack, 69 yards for Valentine, and the quarterback ended up with about 15 yards. He didn't carry the ball that much, but he certainly lost some thanks to tackles for loss and sacks. So there's going to be a lot of people, I think, in the ice bath tomorrow trying to get ready for next week's game. And for Huntington, it'll be a trip to the Kanawha Valley to play the Capital team, the Cougars, who have been struggling as well this year. So got to go in there with your head in the right space, though, so you make sure you get the win and you come away from Lately Field feeling good about the win against Capital.
Yeah, cannot take anything for granted, but you can be sure that Woody and I will be there next week and every Friday night the rest of the season. Excited to call Huntington Highlanders football. Thanks again to everyone for tuning in. Quick thank yous to our producer, Kenny Sellards. All of you listeners out there, of course, our statistician, Jimmy Morgan, always giving us great information. And last but not least, I want to thank you, Woody. Always enjoy calling a game with you, man.
Yes, sir. This was a fun one to call. Also, we had tonight 2 fumbles recovered by Markel Jones, and he scored a touchdown on offense. So he's at least second in the running there behind Harris. Landon Miller's forced a fumble. Carmelo Sheffield forced a fumble in the game. So a lot of guys turning the ball over made it a relatively easy night for Huntington to get the 42-13 win and enjoy. Partner, we'll be back next Friday up in the Kanawha Valley.
Yes, we will. Thanks for tuning, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening.